Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616 and to my spoiler discussion on Luke Cage. Now I just released a review of Luke Cage not long ago. I have a link on the screen at the end and in the description so you can check that out. But I really wanted to talk about more spoilery things from Season 1 of Luke Cage. So if you haven't seen it, definitely don't watch this. You have been warned. But anyways, in my review I mentioned how the story of Luke Cage has a lot of twists and turns. Well, the most notable ones are Cottonmouth's death halfway through at the hands of Mariah Dillard, and then the entrance of Diamondback, and the revelation that he's Luke's brother. So, Cottonmouth's death was genuinely surprising. The way Luke Cage was marketed, it seemed like Stokes was set to be the main villain throughout the series. And he was for the first 7 episodes, but then it switches to Diamondback as the villain, and also stepping up Mariah's role. It was really cool to see the show reject your typical story tropes and kill the villain halfway through, without it even being the hero who did it. I really loved Mariah's arc throughout the series. It was perfect, with her starting out as a politician who didn't want to get involved with her cousin's criminal business, and then ending becoming the next Cottonmouth. It was brilliantly written, and Alfre Woodard pulled it off perfectly. Diamondback was a great villain, and it did kind of make sense to change out the villain for someone who could actually prove a challenge to Luke in a fight, as when it comes down to it, there's no way Cottonmouth could have really beat Luke in a fight, at least not unless he had the Chitauri tech bullet that Diamondback had. I found it interesting just how much this series embraced its comic book origins. It did so much more than any other Netflix show, down to even pitch perfectly recreating Luke Cage's classic costume in episode 4. That was so cool. I was a bit disappointed, but not surprised that Misty never got a prosthetic arm towards the end or anything like that. It seemed like something they wouldn't do in a Netflix series, but between Simone Missick teasing it, her getting shot in the arm, and then all the other more campy elements the series has, I was starting to think they might actually do it, but they didn't really. I also wanted to bring up Claire and Luke's relationship. They have chemistry and do fit together, but this makes me wonder what's going to happen between Luke and Jessica. I would really like to see them get together like in the comics, but I'm not sure how that would work out, unless Luke and Claire for some reason lose interest in each other between now and the Defenders. It was well done, but I was a bit disappointed, because it makes the possibility of Luke and Jessica not getting together a bit more real. But one thing I really wanted to mention is the ending. After Luke beats Diamondback, it looks like everything may be okay. It seemed like he might open up Pop's barbershop again and get with Claire, and Mariah would go to prison, and so forth. But it actually doesn't have a happy ending. It's very bittersweet. Not only does Mariah get out of going to prison, but Shades is still out there. The scientist who first gave Luke his powers is now experimenting on Diamondback, and worst of all, Luke has to go back to Seagate to serve his time. I guess when the Defenders comes around, they're going to have to find a way to get Luke out of prison. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching my spoilers discussion. Feel free to discuss Luke Cage in the comment section if you like. I'll see you all next time.